but not least, es kommt der letzte Slammer des Abends. Und bei diesem nächsten Slammer wird zu Katsching. Mehr sei an dieser Stelle nicht verraten. Marcelo Bohrer ist Designer und hat sich der Entwicklung innovativer und transformativer Ideen verschrieben und, sehr praktisch für uns, er hat für uns schon mal eine Zeitreise in das Jahr 2030 unternommen. Und von dort wird er uns jetzt berichten, unter anderem, wie gutes Geld ein gerechteres und nachhaltigeres Wirtschaftsmodell schaffen kann. Seid gespannt and a warm welcome from Brazil and now Munich, Marcelo Bohrer!
What's your name? Daria. Nice to meet you, Marcelo. Is this 2019? Oh, come on. Is this 2018? I have to admit, the past looks more futuristic than I thought. You won't believe, but I just arrived on 2030. And I'm here to bring some news from the future. Some bad news. We don't have flying skateboards yet. But I have also some really good news. They are taking care of nature, and it's recovering faster than expected. People are very relaxed on the future. But the best thing of all, everyone seems much happier since a platform called Money of Good made it possible for people to earn money as a reward for practicing meditation. Yeah. Can you believe that? No more having the stress of working every day in a shitty job. You can meditate a few hours a day and earn a living. I know, it sounds like utopia, right? But it's true. Would you like to know how this thing happened? Would you? Yes? Okay. Somebody told me that it started in 2020 when Elon Musk, you already know this guy, decided to invest in a startup from Munich called Money of Good, supporting the launch of their new product. This headband that has sensors to measure the brainwaves, and then, when connected to an application on the smartphone, has the fantastic capacity to provide guidance on how to improve your meditation practice in real time through neurofeedback. So it works like a game and makes meditation easier and much more fun. Elon Musk argued that if you want to make the world a better place, of course it's important to invest in new technologies, in education, clean energy, but also it's very important to upgrade the human mind, to enhance the individual and collective awareness. For doing so, he decided to foster mindfulness and to promote meditative practices. And Money of Good platform could do that on a large scale because it had a powerful way to encourage people to practice meditation, because they could make money simply by meditating. See how happy she is? Yes. And this was made possible thanks to the proof of meditation technology that connects this sensor to a new financial system that credits the users every time that they reach the brainwave level related to the meditative state. However, the money to pay users, unlike fiat national money, the dirt money like dollars or euros, which are controlled by the governments and big financial institutions, this money to pay the users operated independently of the global financial system because it was based on the holochain, the evolution of the blockchain. This new money is called good, the currency of the common good. And look how cool it is. It has a watermark image of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who who, believing in the benefit of this new system will bring to the world, made a point of giving his blessings. He said, in Buddhism, we say that by doing good deeds, people accumulate merits of good karma. Similarly, this social program of money of good turns the good action of meditating into positive credits for the people who need it most. Can you imagine what happened? People soon realized the advantages of the new system, and it became viral, with millions and millions of people meditating all over the world. Of course, this made perfectly sense at that time for two reasons. First, thanks to the studies of neuroscientists like Richard Davidson, what philosophers and spiritual masters said about meditation was scientifically proved and become a common knowledge that meditation provides great benefits for the body and the mind, reducing the stress and improving health and well-being. So this is the first reason. And the second, because the exponential evolution of artificial intelligence and automation started to replace many work activities, leaving a large and a huge part of the population unemployed. You can see here in New Zealand, some years ago, they were expecting that in 20 years, 46% of the population is going to be completely jobless as a result of these new technologies. So, with no job to make an income, people found in the Money of Good platform and on the practicing of meditation, their main source of having some income. And especially for people with financial difficulties, meditating every day could guarantee a base income for their families. Since at that time the system was paying 1 good per 1 minute of meditation. And in 2021, 1 good had the value equal to $1. So this way, Money of Good became the best, the most reliable solution to run a global basic income program, which is very needed to maintain a society in this kind of situation. Also, many companies that were already committed to do positive impact for society and for the environment, like the B Corps, soon adopted the new currency, because since it was based on the holochain, they could make commercial transactions without intermediaries like banks and governments in charge of collecting abusive taxes and fees. This way, they could trade products and services in a fairer and much more sustainable way. Another very positive aspect of the platform is that people who could not afford to buy a sensor like this, the demo, they could go to a meditation bank where everyone could use the sensors for free. Finally, this incredible growth of this new movement resulted in 2 great transformations that profoundly changed the course of our history. First, the expansion of consciousness, an effect of a large part of the population meditating every day, turning our society in a much more harmonious, peaceful, and happy place. And second, the transition to the conscious economy of the common good, where the planetary resources were shared in a much more sustainable way, creating an abundant and sustainable economy for everyone. The famous writer, Professor Yuval Harari, probably some of you know him. He wrote the book *Sapiens* and *Homo Deus*. He summed up these amazing transformations that happened in the world in his new book that he launched one week ago in 2013. He said, the combination of these 2 ingredients, the rise of consciousness and the transition to the conscious economy, finally materialize the vision of a peaceful and sustainable global community, in which people share the common feeling of being citizens of a nation without frontiers. The planet Earth, our home. And this, my friends, is the beautiful story of our future. Thank you. Let me tell you that Money for Good is an open source project and platform. So everyone is invited to collaborate with this project. If you feel excited and you want to join us to make this happen, please visit our website to learn more and get in contact. We have our team members are spread around the world and the project is evolving, so pretty soon we're going to be able to make it happen. And second, if you want to support the project, we can also find it on our website, the GoFundMe and Patreon. You know how investors are. They are very, they don't believe in crazy things like this. So the support of you guys is very important to make this thing happen. So thank you again.